I think 90% of people have improper and irregular breathing habits, and it's just due to changes in society. So, one that's super common is changes in diet from our ancestry. And so, many like fast food, they're acid producing foods. And so, they actually change the way we breathe. We end up over breathing to correct our body's pH balance.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, all that means is, where we're supposed to be breathing naturally through our nose and belly, as you mentioned, we start breathing through our upper chest. Same thing
Mm.
happens and through our mouth. And same thing happens when we look at our phone. And so, 100 years ago, average day, you're outside, you're bored, you're relaxed, you're in what's called the parasympathetic rest and digest system. Now, average day is boom, I'm up, phone, social media, Discord, Slack, notifications. What are my kids up to? And so it's just continued states of stress, which also triggers your body to breathe improperly through your chest. And that's why it's so unclear. It's like, well, why are they breathing through their belly? And it's because through stress and changes in diet, most people have improper breathing patterns now.
Oh my, I didn't know diet was part of it. I knew stress absolutely was, and, obviously these constant hits of cortisol that we're getting with all these pings and dings and notifications, but yeah, I had no idea that it was you could balance your pH, but that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And so that's one, right? Is just people come in and are like, wow, I didn't even know my breathing patterns are off. And so there's this really interesting test you can do. Called the Bolt score. And so it's your body oxygen level. Like it's one thing to breathe in, you're getting
Mhm.
oxygen into your lungs. It's a whole other thing is are you absorbing that oxygen in your brain, your cells, your organs, your tissues where you need it to function. And so you can do this test in the morning. You breathe in, breathe out, hold on empty, and you wait until your diaphragm contracts. So it's not a contest of how long can you do it. It's just when does your diaphragm contract? And if it's under 20 seconds, which it will be for almost everyone, it's a really good sign that breath work and breathing practices can improve your body's oxygen levels. Now, why is that important? It's important because this determines like fatigue, quality of sleep, focus, willpower, all these things. If your brain isn't absorbing enough oxygen, it's going to have a huge impact on your life. So, a lot of times you think, oh, I'm anxious, I'm a stressed person. And it can literally just be your breathing habits. So, we really like to start off with that and say, like, hey, if people understand the why, then they're
Mhm.
much more likely to make a change. And so for most people, it's like, yeah, exactly as you said, I've been breathing for 30 years. What difference does it make? So that's kind of a test we'll give and explain, like, hey, if you're not sleeping well, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling stressed, it can totally be a result of breathing. Then the other thing we get them to realize is you can actively change your nervous system state in under 10 minutes. So you can
Oh,
either
wow.
push, yeah, right? So most people don't know that. And it's a big difference from meditation in that way. So a lot of people have come and said, well, what's the difference with meditation? I've tried Calm, I've tried Headspace. I can't make it a habit. It's really so hard. I sit down, I'm just thinking, nothing happened. My mind is wild. And I got people's like, oh, I've tried it 4 times. I've tried it 5 times. It just doesn't work for me. And we've seen a lot of those people use breathing techniques and in under 10 minutes, it's like exercise, right? You create a physiological state change. So you can either push the gas pedal, like it's morning. I had my morning coffee. I did a 5-minute breath work now. And so I'm turning on the fight or flight. I'm increasing focus, clarity, like ramping up. I'm telling my mind, hey, be aware. And so this is
Mhm.
the same thing that naturally happens, when you're nervous or fearful. It's a boom, hyper vigilant state. On the opposite, after we finish the podcast or, later tonight, when I've been working all day, I want to spend time with my wife. She's pregnant, and so I really want to like be there with the feeling the baby and like being emotional. And that when I'm in fight or flight, that's not accessible. And so I need to move into the other side of my nervous system, rest and digest. And so that part of the nervous system is like, when you're eating food, you're having sex, you're eye gazing, you're laughing with friends, like, that feeling of, wow, I'm in nature, I'm around people, I'm happy, I feel joy. And so you can get access that part of the nervous system through long, slow, deep breaths, deep into the lungs, slow exhales, breath retentions. You may have heard of Navy SEALs say like box breathing for focus or
Mhm.
4-7-8 breathing for sleep. So really the first things we're thinking is like you are likely breathing wrong. You can improve all functions in life the same way, you do with diet or sleep or exercise, right? Breath is like the fourth pillar of health. And then in under 10 minutes, you can also control your nervous system state. People hear that and they're like, whoa, that's fucking amazing. And then they try it, they feel it in one session. So we've just seen it as such a nice intro into kind of like things that were inaccessible for many people.
No, 10 minutes sounds amazing for most people because I think the thing that's intimidating when you're making any kind of habit change is the initial commitment. And you're like, well, don't have the time. It's a narrative that we all tell ourselves, or most of us tell ourselves, but 10 minutes, it's like you can take 10 minutes to make a sandwich or to make a coffee. And if you know that you can take 10 minutes to have an actual state change, like how powerful is that?